Welcome or welcome back. My name is Yu Wing. You can call me Yu Win or Win, and I'm happy that we're together whenever and wherever you are tuning in. And so this video is a video in my 90-day series to speak my truth and to share my story. So if this is something that you've been working on, I'm happy you're here. And if you can receive it as a sign or a confirmation for yourself, I ask for you to please accept it and to take it in some direction. And I usually like to start my videos with a practice. And oh, I wonder if we could just, um, sometimes when I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm always looking for ways to regulate myself, especially if I can't reach out to someone to help co regulate. So I'd learned that if I kind of do bird hands, like where my thumbs are crossed, and then just to take turns tapping that this can help uh, to regulate my nervous system. So, in case this is something that can support you, here it is. And if not, feel free to leave it here as well. Ah, it's Friday, December 19th. I am just getting home from a full day of I had an appointment. I had errands to run with my mom. And then after dropping her off, I went off to visit with a junior and we spent some time together because she's leaving. She's moving on Sunday. And then I went straight to the airport to pick up my brother. So it's been a full day. So that's why I'm still in outside clothes. I wear outside clothes and inside clothes depending. And so I will shower and change soon. But I just wanted to record this video. I feel like there is a lot of energy in my system still. So perhaps speaking and sharing things will be helpful for me to come back to homeostasis this evening so I can sleep. Otherwise, I will probably have a tough time sleeping. Um, Whether it's a positive or a negative experience, I find that if I have been overstimulated from socializing, from an event, from being gone all day, it does make those nights a lot harder to sleep. And I would probably be wise to like record the video after I come back instead of before so that I don't forget or post it late. But we'll see how this works out. And also, if I wake up in the middle of the night because I can't sleep, I will usually journal. So that'll probably be the other thing that I may do. I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but I have a really hard time sleeping, falling asleep, staying asleep. So I don't know if that's for you. As a Pisces sun, I've talked to other Pisces sun who have also told me that they have trouble sleeping. So I don't know if it's just, I don't know, something about us. Um, but then I know that it's not a complete picture of my chart and what was happening in the sky when I was born. I just watched the interview with Jay Shetty and Shani Nichols. Thank you to my Rise and Thrive for sending it my way. And so I'm trying to look at astrology a little bit more holistically. But I still have lots to learn about it. So I am excited to feel inspired to do so. Um, so sharing all of this energy in my system, but I'm just sort of wondering. I mean, I know that we are almost upon the solstice. I don't know exactly when it is this year, but Saturday and Sunday at the solstice, winter and summer solstice. Yeah. So if you're in the northern hemisphere, it's the winter, and if you're in the southern, it's the summer solstice, the first day of summer, the first day of winter. And so I'm currently feeling very energized for a lot of reasons. It's been a full week. Um, and I also got my ass kicked in therapy today. Um, but always in a good way, right? Just really grateful for insights and realizations and moments to push through when I'm struggling. So that's been a part of today as well. And sitting with some of the continued learning that I'm doing. And then I was thinking too, because in the interview, Shani was talking about Saturn return, but also talking about the sort of quarter, like every 7 years, there's a quarter of the Saturn return, right? So that by the time it's the fourth one, when you're 28 to 30, there's a very big sort of overhaul. But how essentially it was like, do the thing that's hard, do the thing that's worthwhile. Um, and she said, I was living on my terms. She had moved from, I don't know if it was her hometown, but at least homeland to LA, which is a hard place to move to. And it was a rough and tough and, you know, kind of struggling experience. And she was grateful to do it because she was living her life on her terms. And I was like, oh, that really resonated. And I think when you haven't been able to because your life or your conditions have been a certain way and you can't, it haunts you. Maybe it does haunt you until you are able to do something. So I'm sitting with the energy of that too, sitting with when will I do that? And I think whatever's happening and what I've been working on is really important to that. I think if I can really shift my beliefs and find my reason, my motivation to be able to express myself, I think it's going to help me to do and live my life on my terms. Um, because without that, I think I can't, like, I don't know. I don't think I can. So I am super curious and super grateful too for whatever's happening and what's going on. And it was really wonderful as I was sharing with her, the falling episode that I recounted in Monday's video that happened Sunday. As I was sharing it, she paused and she was like, "It sounds like that was helping you to come into alignment at this point, right? So maybe it was uncomfortable, maybe it was a struggle, but you asked for what you needed, you asked for what you wanted, and someone listened, and so you were able to get your needs met." And I was like, "Oh yeah," and that's what I've been working on with her intensively. So I think it was a really great reframe. I kind of had a sense on Tuesday that it was something positive, that it needed to happen, that it was going to be really helpful, whatever had happened, even though I didn't understand it and I didn't really understand the root of why it happened. How I felt on Tuesday seemed to me a sign that things were moving in an aligned direction. And then I remember hearing something, maybe it was at Magnetize Yourself. It's probably one of the videos from this week that I heard, but she was saying something like, if you are involved in something, so a relationship, a job, a situation, a commitment, the longer you're in it, if it's right for you, if it's aligned for you, it should become more clear, should become more easeful, right? The idea of the path of least resistance. But if you're in a relationship, you're at a job, and the longer you're there, the worse you feel, the yuckier you feel, it might not be aligned. Maybe it was more aligned, or maybe it was never aligned. But I was sitting with that and I was like, yeah, that That was a nugget. Okay, which one was that? That was a at Magnetars. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. There are too many videos that I've listened to from her this week, but I will share the link to the Jay Shetty, Shanny Nichols um, interview if you want to check that out. And I don't know. I know we're getting closer to another holiday. I know Hanukkah started. I know Christmas is around the corner and Kwanzaa. And so it's a lot. It's a lot of moving pieces if you celebrate or even if you don't. And so I do hope that you have ease and you have comfort, you have warmth. And here in the Northern Hemisphere, even if there is a lot of darkness, I do hope that there are lights, even if they are LED lights or a ring light or um, a lamp beside you. I hope that it fills your heart. I hope you allow it to bring joy and comfort if it's possible. So I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna continue and see where this energy goes. And then also I'm probably gonna talk about this next time if I can remember, hopefully. Um, Everything's energy. So if money is energy, like I've been sharing that Louise Hay says, money is energy and it takes the form of our consciousness. Louise Hay. Um, when I hear that this morning, when I heard it this morning, I was like, okay, well, love is energy, relationships are energy, words are energy, thoughts are energy, emotions are energy. And then she also went on to say that money is meant to be circulated. And then it totally makes me think of water. And as someone who loves and honors and cherishes water, I taken a course once and it was talking about how the nature of water is to spread out. Like if you spill water on your table right now, it moves in different directions. And they're even saying like it's not even meant to just move linearly like it does in our pipes, right? And then what happens when water doesn't move? It stagnates, like algae grows, bacteria grows and festers. And so I've just been really thinking about energy and how to allow energy to flow. And if everything is energy, I have to figure out how to let it flow. And then in what situations, because emotions can't always be flowing unless I'm constantly just writing them down or channeling them in some way. But I'm thinking about that this evening. So if that's anything for you to think about or to ponder, if you've ever pondered about the flowing nature of energy, um, yeah, something for your consideration. All right. Well, you take good care and I'll talk to you next time. Okay. Bye bye.